What if I told you that one of the most profitable retailers on the planet barely makes any money from actually selling you things? That sounds completely insane, right? Costco moves billions of dollars worth of products every single year. And yet the real secret to their success has absolutely nothing to do with that massive 48-pack of paper towels sitting in your garage right now. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are pulling back the curtain on one of the most genius and misunderstood business models in the entire history of retail. Costco has built something that no competitor has been able to fully copy, and once you understand exactly how it works, your brain is going to break just a little bit. By the end of this video, I promise you will never look at your Costco membership card the same way again. Let us get into it. So let's actually look at what Costco appears to be on the surface. You walk in, and it's a massive warehouse stacked floor to ceiling with bulk goods, giant tubs of peanut butter, pallets of bottled water, enough toilet paper to last you through the next decade. And the prices, genuinely hard to beat. But here's where things get interesting. Most traditional retailers mark up their products by 50% or more. Department stores sometimes go well beyond 100%. Costco, on the other hand, has a hard internal rule. Markups are capped at just 15%. That means Costco is practically selling products at the same price it paid for them. So stop and think about that for a second. A company that moves billions of dollars worth of merchandise every single year, but barely takes a cut on any of it. How is that even a viable business? That is the paradox, and the answer completely changes how you see modern retail. So here is where everything starts to click. Costco charges you money just to walk through the door. That is the model. Before you touch a single jumbo jar of peanut butter, you have already paid them. The basic Gold Star membership runs around $65 per year, and the executive tier sits at $130 annually. Now here is where the math gets genuinely wild. Costco currently has over 130 million members worldwide. So let us do this together. Even if every single member was only on the basic plan at $65, that is $65 multiplied by 130 million people, that comes out to roughly $8.45 billion in membership revenue alone every single year, before one item is scanned at checkout, before one flatbed car is loaded up. That money just flows in predictably annually like clockwork. And that number is just the starting point, because the real punchline is still coming. Now here is where it gets really mind-blowing. Nearly 70 to 75% of Costco's entire operating profit comes from membership fees alone. Let that sink in. The actual product sales, all those bulk goods, all that food, all those electronics, essentially break even. Costco is not really a retailer in the traditional sense. It is a membership club that happens to sell groceries, and that distinction changes everything. Think about why this model is so powerful. That membership revenue is predictable, it is recurring. It lands in Costco's bank account before a single item ever gets sold. Sound familiar? It is basically a subscription business model. The same structure powering Netflix, Spotify, and Amazon Prime. Except Costco figured this out decades before subscriptions were even a concept in business strategy. The fees keep rolling in every single year, giving Costco an incredibly stable financial foundation that most traditional retailers could only dream about. So, membership fees explain the profit, but what keeps millions of people physically showing up every single week? That is where the treasure hunt strategy comes in, and honestly, it is kind of genius. Costco intentionally rotates its inventory with random, limited-time items that have absolutely no business being next to each other. We are talking about a $900 kayak sitting right beside a bottle of olive oil, a designer handbag casually placed next to a family-sized box of cereal, a full outdoor patio set wedged between the frozen salmon and the printer paper. And here is the thing. You never know what you're going to find. That unpredictability is completely intentional. It triggers a very real fear of missing out. If you do not grab it today, it is gone tomorrow. No restock, no rain check, just gone. That psychological pressure turns casual shoppers into impulsive buyers every single visit, and Costco engineered every bit of it deliberately. So here is where the psychology gets really interesting. Costco enforces a strict 15% markup cap on every single product in that warehouse, every single one. Compare that to traditional retailers marking up products by 50%, or department stores doubling and sometimes tripling the original price. Costco simply refuses to play that game, and here is what that does to the customer's brain over time. When you walk into Costco knowing you will always get a fair deal, you stop doing what most shoppers do automatically. You stop comparison shopping, you just buy. That trust becomes automatic, almost unconscious. Now connect that trust to this number. Costco has a 92% membership renewal rate. That is one of the highest loyalty metrics in the entire retail industry. Nearly every member who joins comes back the following year and pays again. That is not customer satisfaction, that is something closer to devotion. And it all starts with that simple promise of a fair price every single time. Now let's talk about one of Costco's most underrated weapons, Kirkland Signature. You have seen it on everything from olive oil to dress shirts to golf balls. But here is the number that will stop you cold. Kirkland Signature generates over $50 billion in annual revenue. That is more than Nike makes in an entire year. Let that sink in for a second. So how does a store brand out-earn one of the most iconic companies on earth? It comes down to how private label actually works. Costco cuts out the middleman entirely. They go directly to manufacturers, and here is the wild part. Many of those manufacturers are the exact same ones producing your favorite premium name brands. Same factory, same formula, different label, lower price. Costco keeps the margins higher while still charging customers less. It is a win on both sides, and because members already trust Costco completely, they trust Kirkland by extension. That trust, built over decades, turns a store brand into a billion-dollar powerhouse. Now here is where things get really interesting. Every single element inside a Costco warehouse is deliberately engineered to make you spend more money. And most shoppers have absolutely no idea it is happening. Start with the basics. Milk, eggs, and bread, the things you actually came in for, are placed at the very back of the store. To reach them, you are forced to walk past thousands of products. That is not an accident. That is a calculated decision. Then there are the shopping carts. They are enormous on purpose. When your cart looks half empty, your brain tells you to fill it up. And those free samples? They are not just a nice gesture. They are a psychological weapon. When someone gives you something for free, you feel a subconscious obligation to give something back, so you buy. Every aisle, every sample station, every oversized cart is intentional. Costco has turned grocery shopping into a masterclass in behavioral psychology. Now here is my absolute favorite part of the entire Costco story. Since 1985, Costco has sold a hot dog and soda combo for exactly $1.50. Not $1.75, not $1.99, $1.50. That price has never changed in nearly 4 decades through recessions, inflation, and supply chain chaos. When Costco's chief financial officer suggested raising the price, co-founder Jim Sinegal reportedly looked him dead in the eyes and said, "If you raise the price of the hot dog, I will kill you." And that is not just a funny story. That is a business philosophy. This is called a loss leader strategy. Costco actually loses money on every single hot dog sold, but that is completely intentional. It drives foot traffic, creates emotional loyalty, and every time you bite into that hot dog, your brain gets reminded. Costco always delivers unbeatable value. Genius. So why can't Amazon or Walmart just steal this playbook? They have certainly tried. Amazon built Prime, launched physical stores, and even acquired Whole Foods. Walmart runs Sam's Club, which looks almost identical to Costco on the surface, but neither has come close to replicating what Costco has built. Here is why. Costco's model is not a single trick you can copy overnight. It is a system built over decades. The membership loyalty took years of consistently delivering value to earn. The Kirkland signature brand required deep supplier relationships and relentless quality control. The treasure hunt experience depends on a carefully curated, constantly rotating product selection that demands real operational discipline. And the low-price trust cannot be faked. Customers see through it immediately. Every single piece of Costco's model reinforces the others. Membership funds low prices build trust. Trust drives renewals. Renewals fund everything again. Competitors can copy one layer, but replicating the entire interconnected system is nearly impossible. So let's bring it all together. Costco makes its real money from memberships, not from selling you bulk olive oil. It builds unshakable trust through that strict 15% markup cap. It keeps you coming back with the treasure hunt experience, where you never know what you will find next to the cereal aisle. Kirkland's signature quietly generates more revenue than Nike. The store layout is engineered to slow you down and open your wallet. And that $1.50 hot dog has been buying customer loyalty since 1985. Every single piece of this system works together, and that is what makes Costco nearly impossible to copy. Now I want to hear from you. Which company should I break down next? Drop it in the comments below. If this video gave you a new way of seeing business, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, because the next breakdown is going to be just as mind-blowing.